Hello, ladies and gentlemen of my 7A classes, Mr. Escox, welcoming you back. Today we're carrying on Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is all about genetics and study of genetics. Speaking of that, who was Gregor Mendel is your warm-up question. Gregor Mendel was the Austrian monk who came up with the study that we now call genetics. He's also called father of heredity, father of genetics, whichever you prefer. All of them are basically the same thing. When we talk about genetics today, we are going to talk about meiosis. Meiosis is not the same as mitosis. Mitosis we covered in the last chapter. That's cell division by splitting the nucleus into identical nuclei. Meiosis is slightly different. Your homework 67 is on the page and it'll be in the Google Classroom. So let's get going. Humans have 46 chromosomes in your cells. That is, unless you have some type of genetic disorder like Down syndrome or Turner syndrome, where you could theoretically have one more or one less chromosomes at some point in time. We come from gametes. For men, you have sperm, and every sperm should have 23 chromosomes. Females, girls, you should have eggs. Eggs have 23 chromosomes. When you put an egg and a sperm together, we call that fertilization. The gamete is just the fancy word for the egg or the sperm, but we call a reproductive cell. A gamete always has half the usual number. Sometimes you'll see them referred to as 1n or 2n. Most of your cells are 2n, meaning they have 2 copies of the chromosomes. But a gamete is a 1n cell or haploid, haploid meaning having half the usual number. To make a gamete, an egg or sperm, you have to go through a special kind of cell division called meiosis. Now, meiosis requires 2 divisions, whereas mitosis went through PMAT just once. Meiosis actually goes through prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase twice. And that dividing ends up with half the usual number of chromosomes. So your cells start with there's a cell here with 46 chromosomes in it. It copies the first time so that each new cell, I should write that this is male, is going to have 46 chromosomes. This is meiosis 1. It doesn't copy before meiosis 2, so when this time it divides, this 46 is going to give us the sperm cells here, and I drew them big because I'm not very good at this. Each sperm cell will have 23 chromosomes. Now, if you're female or a woman, it's just slightly different. You still start off with the original cell of your body that has 46 chromosomes. Because egg cells have to be so large, we go through meiosis 1, right here, and right here. After meiosis 1, we have one big cell, 46, and we have one little cell that has 46. You do not get an even cell division. This is going to divide the second time for meiosis 2. And it's going to give you one large egg cell with 23. And then you get this other cell here with 23, but it's small. This little 46 chromosome jobber here, it divides into 2 small 23 chromosome cells. These 3 here are called polar bodies. And if the egg is fertilized, the polar bodies will actually convert and make certain types of hormones that the developing baby will need. So let's see how much you can compare here. If you don't get them right, that's okay. You can always go back and watch this video again. Is it mitosis, meiosis, or both? So cells divide. Cells divide should be both. DNA is not copied before the final division. This one is meiosis. Ends in gametes, meiosis again. Ends in daughter cells. Daughter cells come from mitosis. Cell divides only one time. That is also mitosis. Cells divide twice. That's back to meiosis. Needed for growth and repair. Well, we don't need egg and sperm for growth and repair, so this one is mitosis. Needed for sexual reproduction, that's definitely meiosis because we're going to make our gametes. All right, so there's a little bit of review for you. Make sure that you guys are staying up on the reading and make sure you're getting your questions done. It's very important to practice what you want to do in the game. Well, I'm a coach. If we don't practice the information that I need you to learn, we won't perform well when it's time for games. Well, this isn't really a game, this is your life. So if we don't practice the information, we won't learn it. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll be back next time. I'm Mr. Hescox. I'm signing out. Be good, be safe.